Hey guys, my name is Stephen Tamman, and today I'm going to be doing the planning video for the third sprint in my organization of my personal life work in DevOps. So this agile framework workflow. And so in the retro video from sprint number 2 that I just posted, I decided that I was going to stop trying to track effort and time expenditure for things just because the marginal benefit for me using this as a form of personal task management isn't quite worth the marginal cost in terms of time, even if that's not quite the case in a business context where you need that traceability and the audit trail and the metrics and being able to project for your customer how much value you're going to deliver per unit time and all that. Well, since it's just me here, I'm still going to use it for the organization and the framework, but as of now, I've just decided it's not really worth my time to go try to track the effort and the time on everything, and I'm just going to go ahead and organize it by task. I also decided that I was going to stop being so optimistic in pulling in so much stuff that I just wasn't getting done. So we're still going to track the video stuff because that's going to keep happening regardless. So here's the tasks for this next 2-week cycle here. So August 14th to August 27th, 2021. So I've still got the video for our Bible discussion group. So week 60, week 61 there. Now notice that I actually don't have I don't have 2 weeks of my own lesson because, as I mentioned in the retro video from last sprint, I got really bottlenecked trying to finish organizing the content from the section I'm currently teaching through in SR4, just because the section is super long. And I want to organize it all up front to make sure that I split the content down effectively when I'm chunking it into videos. So I need to finish that first. And I'm actually going to give myself a week here. So I'm going to take another week off from my own teaching videos to make sure that I do that properly. So this will get into the actual tasks here on the task board. So we already did our recordings for week 60. That was this Saturday. I'm making this recording here on Sunday, actually a day late. Oh well. I need to finish timestamping all of the videos that I have up on YouTube now. So I think I have 4 left. Yeah, I think it's 4. So these are the discussion group videos from our Bible study that I really go through and I timestamp in a detailed fashion, all the way up to the 5,000 character limit on YouTube, giving really good summaries time by time in the video of exactly what we're talking about when we're talking off of or not talking on a script, right? So when I don't have slides backing up any of the discussion, so that people have a written summary of it, I'm going through and I'm really summarizing everything we talk about. So I have to do that for a few more videos here. After that, I want to go ahead and perfect all the YouTube descriptions across all the ministry content I have up, right? So it's about 20 videos now. It's only going to get worse. So that's why I want to do this now before I keep making even more. And by perfect the descriptions, I mean like link to the slides for everything, make sure the links work, link to the transcripts for stuff, link to the reference pages. I mentioned this in the retro video for Sprint 2 here. I mean, just recapping exactly what that is. I'm going to try to put all of the video titles and summaries and timestamps and transcripts, along with embedded versions of the YouTube videos, all on one big web page so that people will be able to search to it and link to everything easily. And so I need to put links to that in all the YouTube descriptions as well. So I'm going to go through and try to perfect all the YouTube descriptions after I finish timestamping all the content that I have left. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and build these reference web pages. Right, so I'm going to generate the transcripts in HTML, linking to all the specific times in the videos, and then copy paste those transcripts. Include the links to the slides, the links to the embedded YouTube video, and all of that, all on one big web page. Right. So I have the 2 series that I'm doing that for. My own teaching series, which is a reprisal of content from Ichthus's part 4 of the Satanic Rebellion series on Satan's World System. And then I also have that for our study group that's been going through part 6A of the systematic theology on Ichthus, talking about the Christian walk. So I'm going to have 2 different reference web pages like this. Even though I only have maybe 10 to 12 videos in each of those for now, when you copy paste the whole transcript line by line, I mean, these pages are going to get big, real big. The study we have on the study of the Christian walk already has more than 60 videos in it. So if I were to go back and generate transcripts for everything, which I'm planning on doing eventually, it's going to be a very large task. So I'm not going to do that until I have a large surplus of time, but we're going to probably be talking about thousands of pages if you print it out. with all the transcripts and stuff. But that's going to be a huge resource if people want to go search through everything we've done to find out where we talk about something in the study. So I'm going to start getting the structure in place for this. I'm really hoping I can finish it this sprint, because then I'll have the entire YouTube arm of my ministry basically done and ready, production ready, ready to share the links, plastered all over the internet, try to get more people, watching and viewing, liking, subscribing, all that great stuff for the video so that the visibility gets up. But I want to make sure that I have the structure down before I go shouting it from the rooftops. And so I also have this task, I mentioned this already, organizing that content from the Vanity of Life section in SR4, the underlying source material that I'm pulling through here. I mean, you can see that the tasks here on this, I'm going to be finishing up. I've already started this. I've got a good chunk, but I mean, it's pages and pages of stuff. I mean, like really big. I'm chunking all the stuff by topic. I'm going to group like topics with like topics, and then I'm going to figure out how to sequence stuff. So what order should I talk about things in? Those are my tasks for that. And I've got the next week, we have the normal Bible study videos again. And then I'm actually going to try to hopefully be done with this organization of the content by the end of this week, which means that the next week I'll be able to pick up with another teaching video in my own series on SR4, and then the Q&A video to go along with it. And finally, these tasks that I've been, rolling over from sprint to sprint here, the stuff relating to the website theme and the documentation for it. Well, this time I've only pulled in 2 tasks. I have had like 8 or something the last couple of times, but I just haven't gotten them done. And so this time I'm just going to try to finish up the feature summary page. So the summary of all of the functionality and features that the site offers and the benefits of that. And then the index page for the project, detailing all the pages we have live, and then just a general overview of it. So these are probably going to be stretch goals. I mean, I'm going to prioritize getting these reference pages for the website set up and organizing all this content so that I can keep going in my own ministry series. But I'd really like to get this up, get that ball rolling on the ministry documentation stuff so that I can go ahead and get my website launched too. So I'm going to try to get the YouTube stuff all polished, make sure the YouTube arm of my ministry is completely functional. And then we'll make sure that we get all the rest of the stuff I need to get done before I can launch the website properly. So that's what I have on the docket here for this sprint. A little bit less ambitious, I think. I'm just recognizing the reality that I wasn't actually getting to everything I was tasking myself for. And as you can see, I mean, some of the stuff I carried over has effort points and hours on it, but not going to be doing that moving forward just because I don't think the time expenditure is worth it. So that's what I've got going up for these 2 weeks here, 14th through the 27th, and we'll check back in a couple weeks and we'll see exactly how well I did this time. So stay tuned until then.